All right, hey folks, we're back. As stated, we're going to be getting to the ZvZ next of Snute versus Bly, but apparently I thought there was maybe an error on the brackets. There's a bit of a holdup. Nitix and Blue Cheese have been playing for a very long time. Rainer reporting that he's been waiting for over half an hour at this point. But I can see them online. They're in-game right now, so that's just a tremendously and terribly long game, I guess.
Yay!
Yay!
This is why Lucis brackets are amazing!
Well, we'll let that go on as much as it needs to, but we will follow through with the games that we can cast right now. That's Snute versus Bly. Now, of course, again, just mentioning TING are the folks who have sponsored this, and without them, this wouldn't happen, all that stuff. You guys know the deal. They actually put together a pretty cool hype video. Some of you may or may not have seen it on our YouTube channel. I'm just going to show that off really quick while we're waiting for games to get going, because I actually thought it was really cool. I'm not sure what they did. They did some sort of editing with our voices, and it sounds really good, actually. Like, where did I save this to? Oh yeah, here we go. If you guys want to watch this again, you watch on our YouTube, but oh no. Oh, he's not transfusing the Brood Lords. He's got a lot of queens, but the fungal growths are good. Takes out the army. Dear stream, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, that was so loud, and I don't know why it wouldn't let me click to pause. Like, I tried to pause it, and as you saw, it was playing a different scene. Okay, here we go. Oh, he's not transfusing the Brood Lords. He's got a lot of queens, but the fungal growths are good. Takes out the army. Loses like half, literally half of his army in that attack.
There's an old school fight. No, the Widow Mines!
Yeah, he's going to take out a lot of the Void Rays. The Colossus is starting to go down too. They're still trading out evenly though.
A lot of tanks in that nook that I was talking about. So while the Marines go down, the Banelings go down shortly after. They're getting taken out by the Corruptors, but not before getting a couple of shots in. On the Ultralisk, Snipe's going down as well, and the Queens are trying to confuse, but they're also dying to the Liberators.
Beat a diamond. I beat a diamond Protoss last night. This guy's playing well, though, I must say.
All right, headphone warning. Turn things down for 1 sec. Because I messed up and things got loud for the moment. But, yeah, I'm really stoked. Like, I love that Ting's really involved with this. Obviously, I love that Jesse is super involved and he actually plays StarCraft. For those who don't know, I've actually played, like, off hours. Him and some of his friends were playing, like, 2v2s. I'm like, can I join in? Like, these guys actually play StarCraft. They don't just, like, watch it and hope that somehow the viewers will pay off. Like, they're involved. And that's what makes me really not just happy, but, like, proud to work with them, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, though, hang on, I gotta mute myself for 1 sec. Okay, sorry. Well, I muted myself, right? Okay, there. We got the maps getting ready to go, though. So let me join in. Or
okay.
Echo. Or you're hosting? Or who's hosting?
I'm not hosting.
I'm joining up with Snute then. Looks like Blue Cheese finally beat Nitix after that very long series. He's playing against Rainer, and I do believe TakeTV's casting that one. So for those who don't know, we have had TakeTV on board, casting most of the matches with us. Shout out to Naruto, bringing in that German Strem. But while this goes on, we got what? Tomorrow's the Korean qualifiers, right? I gotta look at our own schedule and look.
Yes.
We have to shuffle some things around. Yeah, so tomorrow we're gonna have the Korean TING qualifiers, which again, it's gonna be a little bit awkward because a lot of the Korean players aren't gonna be able to attend those finals if they're the ones making it to GSL. So Dark has already said, I guess, and a couple others, that they're not really planning to play, and that's a little bit sad, but totally, absolutely understandable.
Oh, well.
But I'm curious to see what the signups look like, because we've had some really phenomenal interactions. Like, the Koreans have been like very diligent about signing up ahead of time. They all show up too, which is even better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just opened up our calendar, and the next couple of weeks are pretty busy. But sadly, I think tomorrow's the last cast you'll be doing with us, right? Because you'll be heading off to Nation Wars.
Correct.
And off to solo the BTSL. I asked Zeph, but she's getting back to work, so she doesn't have time available. Sad face. I already miss Zeph. She would laugh at my bad jokes. Zombie Up just gives me straight face, and Forces me to laugh at my own jokes.
Yeah.
But all right, we're getting into game number 1. It's a best of 3 in the losers bracket for the TING Open Season 3 European qualifiers. It's a mouthful, but make sure to check out bttv.ting.com to learn more. Spawning here in the top left, we got the blue Zerg player. It's Team Liquid Snute.
In the bottom right is the orange Zerg. He is Bly.
Yeah, we're up in Team Expert with those colors. Actually, both players have their team colors perfectly matched to their game right now. But Snute, last time we saw him, lost versus a laser, and it felt pretty bad. At least, excuse me, regarding ZvZs. And it was a pretty hard counter series as well, like a very disgusting 2-0 that was just so out of his favor. This time around, I don't know if it's that he knows he's playing against Bly or if he wants to take no risks versus Bly, but there's no hatch gas pool this time around. Snoot's getting right down to it. Gas came down pretty quick, and so did that pool.
Have we seen Bly do an early pool yet? He got early pooled in the last series, and he's getting early pooled again on Echo. He went for a 16 pool, but it doesn't really count. It's just funny because Bly is usually the guy that we would totally call all the games to be 14 pools, and he hasn't done one yet.
Yeah, that's a good point. Real quick, by the way, Virtual Remedy in chat says, Ting Jesse, gonna shake your hand one day. Us doing wonderful things, or you's doing wonderful things. Just come to the offline finals, man. Jesse's gonna be there in person, and he's gonna have his own little Ting booth and everything. It's gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
March 25th, guys. Find those frequent flyer miles. I don't know what you gotta do. Get to California for March 25th. Again, if not later today, tomorrow we should be able to announce exactly where the venue is, and I think you guys are gonna be pretty stoked.
Well, the builds have not yet commenced, despite Snute going for early pool, early gas. He didn't add a Bailey Nest on, so it's not like the complete all-in, but very, very, very low drone count.
Yeah. But a low drone count can make for a high army count, and that's kind of how this is going for Snute. He did sneak the lings around the sides of the map, so Bly doesn't find out about this till it's too late. He does have his own lings on the way. He's got queens on the way. Like, he's making units. It's not like he's playing greedy, but timing favors Snute, and speed, obviously, above all else, favors Snute. Taking a while to kill some drones. It looks like he will get about 4 of them. Queen has to back away to the mineral lines, too, because she knows how much danger she's in. Snute tries to go for a bit of a surround, but realizing with 2 queens wouldn't be worth it because he doesn't have banelings following this up. He has to keep as many lings alive as possible. And I think he knows as well, like, okay, I got about 4 drone kills. Sweet, but he needs more. He knows that too.
Oh, yeah. The good news is that Snute did add on this hatchery as opposed to going, like, truly all in. So he does have a bit more of a macro follow-up than other builds. But it's still, you know, we still have to do a little bit more damage, which technically making Bly make his own lings is some type of damage. But Bly now has a counterattack that I'm not sure Snute can handle, so pokes the bear, whatever you want to say. Luckily, Bly didn't add on a Baneling Nest, because I think if he added on a Baneling Nest, he absolutely counters and makes a couple of Banelings, and Snute has a very difficult time. But he added on a Roach Warren instead, so even if he wanted to continue being aggressive with roaches, they would take a long time to go across the map.
Speaking of maps for the moment, I don't know why I just thought about this. There's that house that they had in the campaign for like that level that had Equinox as the Easter egg. It's kind of like foresty and looked a little bit like Endor anyways. I hope one of the new maps that comes out uses that tile set at some point.
I know which one you're talking about, but I can't envision it right now.
Okay, well, Snute and Bly have even up their worker counts. Snute's also got his natural base mining and all this, so not really falling terribly behind, but I think his opener he really wanted to get ahead more with. So it's unfortunate in that regard for him, but as we look, it's almost dead even. Well, was moments ago, almost dead even on the resources lost. Snute's going to get about 2, maybe even 3 overlords, which will be really nice. And Bly, these lings might try to run across the map to pick off these queens, but in doing so, Snute should be able to get the better end of that trade. Queens are really good against lings, unless they're not with the queens to save them, though. Oh, Snute! He's got a couple of transfuses.
Alright, so we'll save him. He has to reveal his lings, of course, but takes a few out of Bly. Now, Bly has to get some units to defend, realizing that's a lot of lings. That means more than just macro game for Snute, who once again has given up on droning. Bly, like, he's going to a lair. He's getting +1. These are things you would expect on a higher drone count. He's still only at 23 himself. Like, Snoot's doing a very good job of scaring him. And that's creating a very odd game. He sits out on a Baneling nest, but that Baneling nest isn't done, so Bly might just have enough roaches to not care about Banelings anymore.
Yeah, that wall is pretty nice too, but the queens are continuing to march. They're looking to add everything into this. And Snute, I didn't realize was so all in with this, but certainly is the case. I mean, okay, let's say you bust through for a second. It's gonna take more. Like, this isn't like fighting Terran. You don't just like throw 6 Banelings into a wall and break through. Whether they hit the roaches or the Evo chamber or the Roach Warren, there's actually transfuses from the queens to keep the buildings up. I don't know that Snoot's gonna break through this very easily. Now, if he baits the army towards the 3rd and catches them in between, the surround from the Lings be fantastic. But Bly is so busy, like, just fortifying his natural right now. That 3rd base really should be a freebie.
Yeah. Bly's taking this very seriously, and he did add on drones, so if he managed to hold here without taking drone losses, he would be in a very good position.
The building was the weak point of the wall. Couldn't transfuse one that wasn't finished, but the roaches do get fully surrounded. Snoot's got so many Lings on top of this. I really don't know if Bly's going to hold on. He's got so many workers, though. If Snute doesn't kill him here, Snoot's so far behind. But so far, not looking so bad.
He's running out of steam, though. His queens are the last things alive, but these Lings get taken care of by the reinforcing roaches of Bly.
He's like so
he does
close.
Have that +1.
So close to breaking Bly. He got a lot of drone kills in there, which helps even up the worker count. I can't believe these queens are still going strong as they are.
Right? They're super helping.
But looks like
Transfuses on Lings are very helpful, though.
No, transfuses on each other are as they wall off and buy time for Snute to now dive on top of that 3rd base. But I think he ran a little bit short. It was so close to being a great attack.
Well, if Bly underestimates that anymore, I think Snute absolutely wins. Like, he doesn't have a wall, even if it was broken. He doesn't have as many roaches. He droned up to 40 instead of 33. Like, stuff like that. I think Bly just dies. And it was such a weird attack. I could certainly see it working against a lot of other people. But Bly knew something was up and defended. The game still continues, though, because Snute isn't going to tap out as long as he figures he has a chance. He did kill some drones.
But the problem is, right, like, look at the type of units that are being made. If this was something where Bly only had 5 roaches and he's producing 13 as we spoke, like, yeah, Snute wins with these Lings. But I actually don't know if he's going to have enough Lings to get the surround on... How many roaches again? 16?
Yeah, 6 Banelings is not very scary either. 15 Banelings. Yeah, okay. That's all you're gonna...
Actually, that's something that's worth noting, because Banelings, well, they don't deal bonus damage to roaches. The splash is always worth it. If you get to the heart of those roaches, you get enough splash damage in, the Lings can certainly chip around the rest of them. He's going to try and hold them in place. Goes for the surround. Banelings do get some pretty nice collisions, but I still don't know if this is going to be enough. Bly's going to be more for these Ravagers. Snoot's not focused firing them down. GG's get called, and Bly takes game number 1.
GG.
Good start to the series for Bly. I just, again, it's not it. I feel like Snute didn't even make a bad decision there. It was so close. Like, that was honestly, like, if Bly had 1 or 2 less roaches, he may have actually died. Like, that's, in my eyes, how close that final fight became. Or, not the final fight, the climactic fight, I guess you could say. Because the final fight was rather lame. Regardless, though, map 2 coming up in a moment. Thank you to Divine Berry for the new sub. FL3 up subbed as well. Corbin J hit us up for 9 months. Says 9 months of replay packs. I'll 12 pool to that. And then Eadway just subbed for 2 months as well. Yo, I'm surprised people don't know that we send replay packs for a lot of the stuff we do. Loco was looking for replay packs on Twitter, and I kind of sarcastically said to him, like, sub to BaseTradeTV. He's like, you guys send replay packs? Like, yes, we do. We love to send replay packs.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird for him to know that. Get in line, Loco, Jesus.
Yeah, there are quite a few pros who are subbed to us, and they couldn't give a flying gosh darn about how good the channel is. They totally just sub for the replay packs too. But we don't. I guess we'll talk more about the replay packs in a moment, because there's some finesse to that. It's not just like sending people our D drive zipped up and good to go. But before we do that, in the top right, he's down a game at the moment. It's the Blue Zerg player Snute.
In the bottom left is the orange Zerg. He is Bly.
But yeah, so for example, when we're casting some things, replays we can't share, like the Alima League. We don't share those. Even if people beg and ask and offer us money, that's for the Alima League to handle. Things like qualifiers, we don't necessarily send the replay packs out with because we don't want anyone to really get a huge edge going to group stages. Things like that. But Corsair Cups, BTSL, like whenever we have good players and kind of freebie games, bundle those up and we usually send them right after the broadcast.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty nifty inclusion, I think.
By the way, side note, shoutouts to Loco since we were talking about him. The reason he's looking for replay packs is because he's gotten into doing a little bit of casting lately. He's already got a very popular YouTube channel, but when we do send our replay packs, we don't require anybody to do anything with them. But, you know, it's always nice if people mention where they got them from. And Loco said he'd give us a bit of a shout out whenever he casts one of them, so that'd be cool. Because that guy has like 2,000 YouTube subs. It's kind of a big deal. That'd be, you know, whatever.
2,000?
200,000. 10,000 subs? Who could even eat that many?
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal on YouTube. That's cool. I remember back when I first started casting and like, well, my very first cast is actually a clan, or no, not a clan war, an online tournament that was with like $5, and I wasn't even supposed to be casting it, but that's a whole other story. After that, you just kind of found replays online. I don't remember where I found them, to be honest. Like, you just went to a site and you downloaded a couple of replays.
Well, there's sites now that do that too. Like, I can't remember the name of it, but I know that that thing Winter uses uploads a lot of his replays automatically and stuff.
Yeah, I know there's a place that people upload their replays, but I don't remember if I used that site or it was an older site, because this was like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, so...
So that's what's interesting, too. When I got into casting StarCraft, like, replays were still a part of it, but for the most part, it was all live games through Zotac Cups and whatnot. I never really did a lot of replay casting, and I really hated when we had to, because it was always like, countdown, 5, 4, okay, go.
Yeah, I did a lot of replay casting. Either replays given to me for tournaments, because they didn't want me in the live thing, or just like for YouTube. So that was a big thing once upon a time, guys.
Well, let me ask you this. Like, we're hardly living the high life, but I guess two questions are, A, when you started casting replays like that, did you see yourself being where you are today? And then B, are you satisfied or do you want to go further?
There's some heavy questions, man. No, I did not imagine myself doing this, especially when I first started out. It was just something fun, and then people said they liked it, so I asked to join a couple of teams, and then they were okay with it, and then, I don't know, it was just a hobby to do. And then, I remember talking with the guy I was casting with at the time, and saying, like, if we got to cast, like, a live finals, it'd be, like, the most fantastic thing in the world, and I guess Cast Nation Wars, woo, and Hellspo Time, woo. So I guess that did happen.
League finals too, woo!
Yeah, it did happen, and that's really awesome. But as far as like contentment, I suppose right now it's never a good answer to say like, yeah, I'm perfectly fine where I am right now, is it? You're always supposed to say like, I want to go farther and better and do more things. So
I'll share with my thoughts on this side of this afterwards. We get the attack commencing. Bly does catch Snute a little off guard because Snute had gone across the map, but Bly's not going to get caught off guard because he did see those lings. So Queen's on the ramp, he's good to go. Snoot's the one taking damage, and frankly, a lot of it. He's got 22 lings about to pop, though, so he should be able to clean this up. It's just a matter of minimizing those drone losses, because right now he was previously up like 7-something workers. Now Bly's kind of evening it up.
Yeah. He's evening it up, though, right? So looks kind of really bad as these 6 drones is really lost. It's not so bad. You know, Snoot's still up 2, and he's actually even making drones. This might be a problem. You might be underestimating Bly's middle.
Well, Snoot's also pretty behind as far as like resources lost. Not cost effective for him the way he played at all, but those 6 drones, about another 4 on top of this, he's gonna have a really solid lead economically, but I don't know if he'll be able to hold on to it. Again, losing army fights like this, now he doesn't really have the means to. I actually don't know if he can stop a counter.
He can't.
Yeah, like, the Queen's died. There's no injects.
He didn't have an overlord seeing how many lings Bly was getting. He must have assumed that Bly was also starting to drone up behind this, and that was a huge mistake.
Yeah, that assumption may have cost him the qualifiers. I mean, Snoot's not exactly floating 1,000 minerals, but having no larva to work with is really, truly painful. He just can't crank anything out that he wants. These drones getting picked off now by the lings getting picked off by the lings. Bly just starting to take control of Snoot's base.
That's it. GG.
GG. Bly continues the trend of fast ZvZs, and he will move on to the, I guess, losers bracket semifinals.
Yes. Good call there.
But we'll have to wait a little bit. Rainer and Blue Cheese are currently playing. The winner plays Cass. We'll cast that. Then the winner plays Bly. Then the winner plays a Laser. So 3 more best of 3s before the day's all said and done. But just to share my thoughts on that question a little bit here, I want to say, like, I definitely didn't think we would be anybody, anywhere, anything. I remember specifically sitting there in, like, the bathroom, just taking a poop, whatever, and thinking to myself, man, sure, it would be cool to be a streamer who got like 1,000 viewers on their stream, you know, like just like one of those moments. I don't know why it stuck with me, but it did, you know, that sort of thing. So the fact that we regularly broadcast like 2,000 to 3,000 people, sometimes way more, like that's crazy cool goals, man. Never saw that coming. I also remember at the same time, when I first got into casting, my thoughts were, man, it sure be cool if I could just get money enough to afford to buy a drink for each cast, like one of those juices or a bottle of water or whatever, but like a Red Bull, like $2 to $5 was literally the dream at a time, because it was not something I saw going anywhere. I didn't really play StarCraft. I had started off trying to do League of Legends, etc. God, I've got like 500 games played on Gangplank even at that point in my life. So but as far as like today, I'm definitely very happy with where we are, but I definitely want to keep going further. I can't talk specifics because a lot of these numbers are behind contracts, guys, but we have literally 4 times the amount of prize money predicted to be paid out this year through BaseTradeTV than we've had in both the last 2 years combined. Like, there's so much cool stuff that's going on. We're still growing, and fuck, I don't care if StarCraft dies. Whatever we're doing, as long as we're doing it on Twitch, I'm going to be happy with it. But StarCraft is looking fantastic. I'm happy with it. And despite whatever dead game memes you may hear, we've got this whole year planned out. Normally, we plan things out 1 month at a time, barely. We pretty much have this whole year set, which is pretty awesome. It's a little bit of security, too, because it's not that question of like, oh, are we going to have anything to cast next month? Like, what do we do?
Yeah.
Which has been a serious concern every single month of the last year. But anyways, we do more real talk later, I suppose. We're going to pop off to a commercial break. We're about 4 hours into the cast today, so I think a little bit of a break is certainly in store. I'm going to go grab some food since we'll be waiting a little bit of time. But TING TV is currently casting Rainer versus Cheese. So if you don't want to be sitting around waiting too long, you can check out their stream to see what's going on over there. But yeah, we'll be back in a little while. So this will be a little bit of a longer break, guys. We'll see you soon.